So as I mentioned, human nature has two dimensions, positive and negative. In the other term of the construction, soul and dust. In another way of the conscience is in another way about the instinct. Those are all is inside the insan. God made it already. So, and also another verse is there that وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ وَنَعْلَمُ مَا تُوَسْوِسُ بِهِ نَفْسِهِ. تُوَسْوِسُ بِهِ نَفْسِهِ means, and the glorious creation, we created man and we know that his soul is tempted or maybe allured him or her, like they call it so we call it waswasa by Farsi, by I think maybe waswasa is Farsi. So the nafs al-ammara, or the soul of the temple, is such that all the negative aspect of human nature can be considered as its features. In Quran views, if a person feels unnecessary and powerless, he will rebel in rebellions. About the nafs al-ammara, or about entirely nafs. What they said? كَلَّا إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَيَطْغَى أَرَّاهُ اسْتَغْنَى. It is all about getting drunk. Do not let people see themselves unnecessarily. That is, if a person reach a position or gaining glory or gaining wealth, he think that he is also in need of God, and thus he threw up a rebellion. So this is the way. Then refer to Quran, also another place. لهم قلوب لا يفقهون بها ولهم أعين ما يبصرون بها ولهم آذان لا يسمعون بها أولئك كالأنعام بل أضل أولئك هم الغافلون. So the man also has that through to the tendency to do the instinct, to do to the nafsul amara to bisu, and he come down to the sense position negative, because his heart does not take any education, any understanding. Eyes is also is closed, cannot listen, because all these, because he become ignorance and kind of out of law. Finally he reached the lowest position, lower than animal, because of he was ghafilun. It means he is rebellious. Insan is an aspect of the inherent also, about the inherent. In Quran, an inherent human being is inherently harsh, very harsh. In Quran is just as is, because like what's of Quran is وَكَانَ إِنسَانَ عَجُولًا. Human being is accelerator. Another verse is also about this topic. إن الإنسان خلق هلوعا إذا مسه الشر جزوعا وإذا مس الخير منوعا. Verily is created, insan created, and impatient. When evil touch him or her, full of lamentations, or when he got touches by less something, or touches good things, and then what happened? He become niggardly. It means that someone has got some money, something, he forget everything. Verily, a greedy man has been created because evil and harm comes to him, and he will punish him. And when punish it, when it comes to nothing, don't have those, then will forbear or avoid even the Allah's ways. This is the naturality of insan is. In many places Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala about the insan, the negative point is the pointed in the Quran. Faruh, Khafur, Fakhur, Qanut, so on, so on. Of course, intense greed is not an intrinsic attribute itself in itself, because it is a means which, if used in a positive direction, bring man to perfection, and is a well-liked trait. And if it is applied to the emotional desires, and then he losing. Then the man also has a hard, very hard, like I said, qatura, وَكَانَ الْإِنسَانَ qatura. In another place is also human being as infallible. إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ kafura, or faultless. And also another way that also Allah mentioned about the insan has a glory of sale, is a sell or glory seller. How is that? That is says innahu la farahun fakhur. La farahun fakhur, like somebody's got some things new and he wants to show to everybody, and make a kind of, even though he didn't think that is his belong to Allah, Allah gave you for just as a trust for a few days or a few months or a few years, it's not yours. But instead of that, he be proud, he shows off. This is the one Allah said, human are the glory of the sale. Indeed, he is very happy and delighted with the sale. So the human being is also disbeliever, which is and also verse of Quran is there. وَإِنَّا إِذَا أَزَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ مِنَّا رَحْمَةً فَرِحَ بِهَا وَإِن تُصِبْهُمْ سَيِّئَةً بِمَا قَدَّمَتْ أَيْدِيهِمْ فَإِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ كَفُورٌ. Disbeliever. From the point of view of the Quran, man has many talents despite his common nature or virtue. So that despite of that is insan has such a kind Allah mentioned it in Quran, this ayat refer to this. أهم يقسمون رحمة ربك نحن قسمنا بهم معاشيتهم في الحياة الدنيا ورفعنا بعضهم فوق بعض درجات ليتخذ بعضهم بعضا سخريا ورحمة ربك خيرا مما يجمعون. We have divided the living standard among them in the life of the world, and we have bestowed some on the other, so that the group of the other group may be placed on their behalf, and the mercy of your Lord is of what they are getting better. ما يجمعون خيرا ما يجمعون, getting better. According to the commentator or the researcher, the purpose of a diverse livelihood is talents and possibilities and merit that God has placed in the institution of human being or insan. Also, from the point of view of the Quran, the human being has, or insan has, a balanced and existential dimension of faith and harmony. The creation of Allah is alone in the perfect calendar. We have indeed created man in the most complaint and compassionate. لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن التقويم. A human is made up of innate instinct that these preliminaries are created in the best possible way so that man can adorn his as a human choice using his power and choice. And I will give you many bestowed. You have created the best of all. Allah said, وَصَوَّرَكُمْ فَأَحْسَنَ صُوَرَكُمْ. So in the final that comes out of all these verses is that man has a series of common and different intrinsic natural affairs that are effect in the formation of personality that the parents in the environment do. So in the result of all these commentaries or those verses in Quran about the human being or about us as insan, that we are free, that we can do something through to those instruments which is already Allah gave us, which is inside us. We have to use it by what? By knowledge. By knowledge. What is the knowledge? Knowledge is the Quran. Anything that is out of Quran, that will be short and or cannot be fit. Only the words of Quran, word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one is that is you have to be believe it and we be as a movement. And our program is beliefs and believer. And all those things which is inside the insan, we believe that Allah made it. Allah put in it. And when they put it in it, when before the baby is come to this world, through to the history of the of orange, orange, that the Adam, and Adam from dust, from soul, and then continuation we are. May Allah guide us in the right path. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.